He did everything right. He was kind. He was patient. He never raised his voice, never gave her a reason to worry, never made her feel anything but safe. And she still left. And when he asked why, she couldn't even give him a clean answer. Something was just missing. If you've ever heard that sentence or said it yourself, this video is for you, because there is a hard truth underneath it that almost nobody explains properly. Being good to someone is not the same as being valuable to them. And once you understand the difference, you'll understand exactly why so many kind, decent men keep losing women who never had a single real complaint about them. Here's the actual mechanism. Kindness signals safety. It tells her you won't hurt her, won't lie to her, won't disrespect her. That matters. But safety alone was never what created attraction in the first place. And it's not what sustains it either. What creates and sustains attraction is value, standards, direction. A sense that you are becoming something, not just accommodating her. Most men hear this and think it means they need to be colder, harder to please, less generous. That's not it at all. The problem was never that you were too kind. The problem is that kindness became the entire offer, with nothing else standing behind it. Let me show you what this actually looks like, because it's rarely dramatic. It's quiet, and it builds slowly, one accommodation at a time. It looks like never disagreeing with her, even when you actually do, because keeping the peace feels more important than being honest. It looks like adjusting your plans around hers every single time, not because you both discussed it, but because saying no feels like a risk you're not willing to take. It looks like giving constantly, your time, your attention, your effort, without ever asking for anything back, because asking feels like it might make you seem difficult. None of this reads as devotion the way you think it does. It reads as an absence of a person underneath the niceness, a man with no edges, no direction of his own, no standards he's actually willing to enforce. And here's the part that stings the most. Women don't consciously plan to leave men like this. They just slowly stop being pulled toward them, because there is nothing left to be pulled toward. He gave everything away except the thing that made him someone worth choosing in the first place. This is why she can tell you honestly that you did nothing wrong. Because from her perspective, you didn't. Nothing was wrong. Something was just absent. And this is exactly why it's so disorienting. If she'd cheated, lied, or treated you badly, you'd have something concrete to point to. Instead, you're left holding a relationship that ended cleanly, with no villain, no incident, just a slow fade you can't fully explain. That confusion is not a sign you're missing information about her. It's a sign you're missing information about what actually sustains attraction over time. And that gap is exactly what we're closing right now. So what's actually missing? 3 things, and none of them contradict being a good man. They complete it. The first is standards. Not standards for her, standards for yourself. What you tolerate, what you don't. What you're building toward. What kind of life you're actually constructing regardless of whether she's in it. A man with real standards is not doing things for her approval. He's doing things because that's who he's decided to be. And she gets to witness that, not direct it. The second is boundaries that actually hold. Not the boundaries you announce, the ones you enforce even when enforcing them is uncomfortable. If she crosses a line and nothing changes, you don't have a boundary, you have a suggestion. Boundaries are not about controlling her behavior. They're about being someone whose behavior isn't up for negotiation, just because keeping the peace feels easier in the moment. The third is leadership, specifically the willingness to make a decision and hold it, even when it might disappoint her. Where to eat, what the relationship actually is, what you will and won't accept. A lot of men outsource every decision to her because it feels considerate. It actually reads as an absence of direction, and women, even the ones who say they want a say in everything, are quietly evaluating whether you're someone who can lead a life, a family, a future, without needing her to hold the wheel the entire time. Picture the difference between 2 men handling the exact same situation. She says she's had a rough week and doesn't know what she wants to do this weekend. One man says, "Whatever you want, I'm easy," and waits. The other man says, "We're getting out of the house, I'm taking you somewhere good," and picks something specific. Both men care about her. Only one of them just gave her something to actually lean on. Here's the reframe I want you to walk away with. Kindness is not the problem. Kindness without a spine underneath it is the problem. The goal isn't to become less generous or less considerate. The goal is to become someone whose kindness is a choice he's making from a position of standards, not a substitute for having any. So what do you actually do with this? First, notice where you've been avoiding a disagreement just to keep things comfortable, and start saying the honest thing instead, even when it creates a small amount of friction. Friction handled well builds respect. Friction avoided entirely builds resentment neither of you can name. Second, identify one standard you've quietly let slide, something you tolerate that you actually shouldn't, and reestablish it. Not through an announcement, through consistent action. Third, make a decision this week, in the relationship or in your own life, without checking to see if it's the popular choice first. Not a reckless one, a decided one. None of this requires becoming a different person. It requires becoming the full version of the person you already are, instead of the edited, agreeable version you've been offering because it felt safer. Being good to her was never the problem. Being only good to her, with nothing else standing behind it, was. If this reframed something for you, subscribe. New videos every week. And tell me in the comments, where have you been offering kindness without any standards behind it?